r/EntitledParents, episode 16. Entitled Mom wants me arrested for assault because she tried to steal my phone that has a cracked screen. Gets disproved by nudes. This happened earlier today, so it's about as fresh as the glasses of strawberry milk that appear in our fridge every once in a while and nobody takes responsibility for. So I was out at the grocery store questioning the amount of mini pizzas that I can get and still be able to fit them in the freezer when I heard rolling behind me. Not a big deal until I turned around and realized my cart was gone. I saw someone pushing a cart down at the end of the aisle. I ran up to them, but unfortunately they weren't the entitled mom. From this point on her name will be Carol. I go looking around for my cart, but can't find it because Carol pulled the get out fast, but eventually security comes up to me and asks me to come to the front of the store with them. I go, and there I find Carol with my cart and her baby sitting in it. Carol, that's the man that tried to kidnap my baby. Security, sir, what happened between you and Carol? Me, I've never met her. The only thing I can think of is that, while my back was turned, someone took my cart and my drink was in the cup holder. It was still there, had my name on it and everything. Security, can you show your ID? I showed the guard my ID, matched up with my appearance and the name on the cup. Security began talking to Carol when I got a text from my husband. It was a meme, nothing important. Carol noticed this and the fact that my phone screen was cracked. It isn't a big crack, but it's around the middle. Dropped my phone on chopsticks while out to eat. Carol, that's my phone. He broke it, so I'll cut my finger when I use it. He's trying to hurt me. Arrest him for assault. I've gotten cuts from cracked screens, but they're really just percuts that bleed and don't hurt as much. Legos have drawn more of my blood than cracked screens over my life, and I only replace cracked screens when I get a new phone or my husband insists on it. Cracked screens usually are not that dangerous, and mine certainly isn't. Me, ma'am, this is my phone. It's been broken for months and it maybe cut me once. Carol, prove it. Knowing she'll say I changed the passcode, I opened my Photos app and gave it to the security guard with a quick warning about the content of some of the photos. Security, what type of photos do you have on here? Carol, pictures of my family and kids. Security, do you have anything that could be considered inappropriate? Carol, of course not. Security, then why are there nude photos of Op from months ago on here? Carol, he put them on there. Security, no, these were put onto this phone months ago. Carol, that's a lie. Carol then tries to grab security guy by the shirt, but gets restrained. I'm given my cart back, without her baby, and she gets banned from the store. M has restoration work done on her house, thinks she can come into my garden to avoid it. TL, Doctor at bottom and amp, #X200B, accessory backstory. This happened a few days ago, when I was home alone after school had ended. I'm 15, but look 18, with my height and deep voice. The M had moved into the house next door, and I had only seen her and her kids once before and amp, #X200B, M equals entitled mother, delusional, IC equals young kid, M, TN equals teenager, M, me equals dumb and amp, #X200B, so, it's 11 AM, and I'm playing on my Xbox in the living room, which backs onto the garden through a glass door. I had the curtains drawn so the sunlight didn't make me blind, and I could see what I was doing. With headphones on, I was happily playing games when I hear talking outside. I assumed it was next door coming through the open window, but a few minutes after I heard knocking on the glass door. I pulled off my headphones and the knocking continued. I pulled back the curtains and saw the M relaxing on my parents' sun lounger, the IC terrorizing my cat and the TN on his phone, as far away from the house as possible. TN was chill, I found out later, but IC and M were both mental. Here is the exchange following my opening of the door and amp, #X200B, me, saying the first thing that came into my head, what the fuck? M, looks up, don't say that in front of my children. TN, I told you someone was home, mum. Me, why are you in my garden, and how did you get in? Well, there is work being done on my house and my kids need space to play. Me, go to the park then. Don't invade someone's back garden. Go back to your own house. Screaming, you can't say that to me. Do you know who I am? I am me, I know /_, what /_ you are? A criminal. What? I have done nothing wrong. TN, mum, you broke into this man's house. Just leave, this is embarrassing. No, not until this man says we haven't done anything wrong. Me, thinking to myself, they think I'm an adult, saying aloud, I could call 999 right now, or you could leave now, and I won't have to take action, ma'am. I have done nothing wrong. There is too much work in my house and my kids need to exercise. Me, there have been no vehicles entering or leaving this close since 7 AM, which was the post van. I don't suppose the Royal Mail does restoration work nowadays, do they? Fine then. I'll leave if that makes you happy, you prick. Come on, kids, and #X200B, TN rolls his eyes and gets up. It grabs my cat and tries to leave. The cat scratches his face, and he drops him, screaming. My cat runs past me inside and #X200B, look what you did to my son. Apologize to him right now. Me, I did nothing ma'am. That was your son's fault. This is the last straw. I am calling the police on you for abusive behavior and assault on children. Me, good luck with that and #X200B, calls 999. The police turn up and meet a delusional mother and a calm sensible teenager with a much more believable story. Guess who got fined and given 6 months of community service and #X200B, TL, drive. Believes my garden is a park and performs home invasion, gets fined for her actions. Edit, they gained access to my garden through a broken side gate. I forgot to include this information with the rest of the post. But we have good insurance. Super short. I work in an extremely busy inner city pediatric emergency department. It is not unusual to have wait time upwards of 6 hours, sometimes on exceptionally busy nights it can be longer. In the lobby, a nurse sits to greet patients as they come in and overall monitor the kids as they wait their turn. I came here to tell the story about how mom came up, cut in front of the line, that had formed to whisper to me, we have insurance. I think she was implying that they should skip the wait because they have insurance. Oh dear. I thoroughly enjoy bursting the bubbles of EntitledParents. I gave her the standard reply, ma'am, your wait time is not based on arrival time or whether or not you have insurance, it's based on acuity, so the sicker you are the quicker you're seen. Usually, when you say there is a really sick kiddo in the back that is requiring a lot more resources, people read between the lines and back off. The next story is so far from that usual that I will never ever forget it. We unfortunately had a patient pass away in our trauma bay. It was a traumatic, unexpected death. The sound a mother makes when she loses her child is bone-chillingly devastating. I've been hallways away and heard that noise and just knew what it meant. This was one of those times. The mother of this child was told the news that there was nothing more to be done, and I'm sure not knowing how to process this ran from the trauma bay to the lobby wailing, my baby, over and over as she pretty much melted into a puddle on the floor in front of the desk. I noticed a man get up and move toward the woman. I vividly remember thinking, how nice, a perfect stranger is going to comfort this woman who very clearly just lost her child. Nope. This man got up, walked towards the woman, stepped over her, pointed, and asked, is this going to increase our wait time? Yes. It is. I'm still speechless about it. His child was not having anything remotely resembling an actual emergency, he could have left at any time, and been totally fine. I just hope that the woman couldn't hear him and if anything, remembers the compassion given to her by the medical team, Grown ass woman can't be bothered to go to work. Boss says tough shit. Woman has mummy phone to tell them she is not going to work. Didn't happen to me. My boss told me about it. So I work for a care company as a carer for the elderly and disabled, going to them in their own homes, so they don't have to go into residential care homes. At the moment we have a lot of carers calling in sick for bullshit reasons. This is really bad, because all of these care calls need to be covered, otherwise it is a safeguarding issue. You also have to be 18 plus to do this job. These are very vulnerable people we work with. As one would expect, this job can be physically and emotionally draining, and we all have days where we just can't be bothered to go to work, but we do it because these people need our care. So a few days ago, my manager, who was on call, gets a phone call from one of the carers essentially saying that she can't really be bothered to go to work the next day, so is it possible to get her care calls covered? My manager says no way in hell, we are already 4 carers down and can't allow you to have a day off because you can't be bothered to go to work. This carer huffs and puffs, but eventually just goes, okay, see you tomorrow. My manager thinks that's the end and continues what she was doing. But this is r/EntitledParents, so of course that wasn't the end. About half an hour later she gets another phone call. This gal told her mummy that the mean boss lady wouldn't give her the day off. This woman started shouting at my manager down the phone saying this is Kara's mum. She is too sick to work today, so she is not going to work, and that is that. And just hangs up the phone. So my manager then had to somehow try to get these care calls covered so that our extremely vulnerable clients weren't left without care. My boss won't tell me who it was, but I have my theories. Bloody hilarious that a grown ass woman got her mummy to tell off her boss. So pathetic. M tries to get a free pizza. This is the story of my cousin. He works at a pizza place. He worked there for quite a while and didn't have much ep stories. This is the one he told me. See cousin Ek Embry's kid M entitled Mom M manager. So my cousin BTW, was working my usual shift. People really liked our pizzas, so the place would usually be pretty busy. When the pizza rush finally calmed down a bit, M comes. C. Hello ma'am. May I take your order? M. Hi, yes. Can I get a pepperoni pizza please? C. Of course you can. Would you like any drinks or something like that with the pizza? M. No, just the pizza. C. Okay ma'am, you can go take a seat and I'll come back in a couple of minutes with your pizza. M. We will take table 6. Is that okay? C. Of course. At this pizza place you need to ask before you want to go sit. C. *ARRIVES with pizza. When you finish eating ma'am you can come up to the counter and pay. M. Of course young man. Later M. *COMES to the counter. Hello young man. C. Hello. Would you like to pay now? M. Actually, I was wondering if I could get that pizza for free, like on the house. C. I'm sorry ma'am, but you will have to pay. It would be considered theft getting a free pizza. M. *STARTS. To yell at me * young man, you are being very rude to me now. I am a single mother that has 2 kids. M's phone starts to ring, and I see the name of the caller. The name is hubby. C. That makes no difference at the fact that you have to pay. M. Can I see your manager? C. Of course. M. Hello ma'am, is there a problem here? M. I am a single mother and have been a paying customer here for 6 months here. I deserve to get this pizza for free. C. Ma'am, I've been working here for 2 years now and I have never seen you in my life. M. Ma'am, even if you were a paying customer and a single mother you would still need to pay for the pizza. M. No, I will not pay. M. Ma'am, I will have to call the police if you do not calm down and pay for the pizzas. M. Fine, call them. M. *DIALS 911 * ma'am, the police will be here in a couple of minutes. Police come. Enter PO1 and PO2. Police officer 1 and police officer 2. PO1 hello, is there a problem here? Yes, they stole my money and are saying that I didn't pay for the pizza I ordered. Arrest them, officer, they are thieves. PO2, is this true? No sir. PO1, is there any cameras here? Can we check the footage? Of course. Follow me, officer. C doesn't know what happened as he was told to not go in the camera room. Point, apparently the M hit my manager and started running. Point, she was soon caught and C's manager pressed charges. Entitled mother and entitled kid broke my hearing aid. So over the past couple of months my hearing has been getting worse and worse and I'm almost completely deaf. And at 15 it really sucks. So my mum and granddad took me to get 2 hearing aids, one for use and another as a backup. So this story happened last weekend. I'm really sorry if the story is a little blurry. I don't know how to read lips very well. Entitled mother ek. Entitled kid me. So I'm sitting on a train going back home from Dublin. After spending some time with my friends and the M and ek walk into my train booth and this is how the encounter goes. Do you mind if me and my little prince sit here? Me. What? I said, can me and my you know what, forget it. Proceeds to sit down in the booth. Ek. Mum, can I get something from the sweets cart? Of course you can, sweetie. She looks for change but doesn't have any and turns to me. Do you have any loose change for my little prince? He's been so good today, haven't you? Me. You no I don't, sorry. Prove it, pull out your wallet. Me. Excuse me miss, but I'm not going to do that. Orders ek to try and irritate me as much as possible. Ek. What's that wire coming out of you? Me. SIGHS it's my hearing aid. Ek. Can I have it, mommy? Turns to me, well I don't think you need it that much, do you? You can read sign language and my little boy's been so good today. Me. I'm not giving you or your son my hearing aid, so if you would stop bothering me that would be great. 20 minutes into the train ride I take my hearing aid out as it has to charge and it's almost dead. Ek SN80CHES my hearing aid. Me. You have to give that back. Ek. RUNS to his mum as I go to grab my hearing aid. SHE''S shouting at me, but I can only make out that don't I dare touch her little boy or she will call the police on me for assault and HARASMENT. To everyone still reading, I'm sorry but this is where the story gets a little blurry because I can't read lips well. You know I could give this to your grandfather Jack. THE conductor is walking around checking tickets and when he comes to my booth I explain everything that HAPPENS*, but it's my little boy's hearing aid, he needs it, don't you? THIS part makes me laugh. The MOST**. Ek. Yes mommy, I need it. The conductor. If he needs it, how did her hear you? He just knows when I'm talking. SHE dropped my hearing aid on the floor and stepped on it with her heels. I'm on the verge of crying. Long story short, the conductor took me up front with him and we played some X and OS, some hangman and all that. I'm really thankful for what he did keeping me calm. Update. Entitled aunt has been disowned. Finally it happened. So, in one of my stories, I talked about how my entitled aunt basically reveals to everyone at a family reunion that she wanted to take me and then tried to take me again. My uncle was trying to convince my grandma to disown her, as she has done literally nothing in her life to help us. My grandma declined it though. https://www.reddit.com/r/entitled_aunt_talks_about_ how_she_wanted_to_keep /UTM_MEDIUM=ANDROID_APP UTM_SOURC=SHARE. So here is a quick update as said by my uncle. EA visited my uncle's house. My grandma lived with my uncle. When she got there, she knocked on the door. My uncle opened it inside. My EA had the audacity to come by my uncle's house and say, I'm here for the money. My uncle asked her what money. She said inheritance money. She thought grandma was dead. My uncle told her that she isn't dead and that EA is not getting anything. My aunt was baffled and argued, but just left. My uncle informed my grandma, and she was just tired of her at that point. The door was knocked once again. It was EA, with a gun. She pointed it right at my uncle's face and told him I'm getting my money, mine. My grandma was watching and called the police. My aunt saw this and pulled the trigger, but it didn't have anything in it. My uncle then grabbed the gun and beat the shit out of her with it and said she was going to charge her for attempted murder and illegal possession of drugs and a firearm. My aunt freaked out about this and was basically on the floor, pleading and crying like a toddler to not do it. My uncle had enough and said that if she didn't get off of his property, she was getting 3 bullets to the head. She then ran off, got in her car and left. My uncle turned to my now disappointed and crying grandma, comforted her, and asked if she was okay. My dad was later informed of the accident and was so furious that he wanted to just find her and kill her. He also owns a gun. My uncle told him that there would be no need. My grandma has already legally disowned her and is moving back to Puerto Rico with my uncle for the rest of her life. My uncle is just going so he can take care of grandma. He has always been grandma's caretaker basically, and now is going back to Puerto Rico to take care of her until she dies. My aunt however, uncan, she has cut contact with all of us and has basically disappeared out of the face of the earth. My uncle leaving to go live with grandma has had one issue, and that's the fact that he has leave my younger cousin behind in the States while he is in Puerto Rico. However, my other cousin has made it so she can stay with him. My uncle and grandma are moving back to Puerto Rico in about a week, so wish them the same amount of luck as I have. That's basically the story. We never filed a police report. We never sued her. She just disappeared and my entire family made an oath of which, if she ever came up to us again, we would call the police or kill her no matter. My dad is a man of the law, but even he has a dark past and is basically resorting to putting a bullet in her head the next time they meet. That was it. I'm really glad she has been disowned. She was a fucking crazy bitch and was just going to waste her inheritance money on drugs. Hopefully, we never see her again, because if we do, my dad will most definitely kill her no matter what. TL. Doctor, my aunt tried to kill my uncle and grandma, failed because the gun didn't have ammo in it, gets disowned. Entitled mother tries to steal my $80 speed cube and steals my tie. For a bit of backstory, I'm a speed cuber. If you don't know what that is, it's someone who can solve a Rubik's Cube very fast. Now onto the story. I was coming home from work one day on the train, and it was getting a bit bored, so I pull out my cube, Cosmic GAN 356 Magnetic 3x3 if anyone cared, and do some quick solves which caught the attention of maybe 5 or 6-year-old. C equals child, M equals entitled mother, me equals the hero of this NMC. Is that a Rubik's Cube? Me, yeah. Cool right C, yeah. My friend has one. You're really good. Me, thank you C. Mummy, that man can solve a Rubik's Cube fast. M. Asterisk on her phone, yes, very nice. Darling, me. Asterisk FATAL mistake, would you like to try it out? Now I've read a lot of stories on here, and I know how these things go, so I probably shouldn't have let him try it out. The kid messes around with it a bit, and he's quite careful and gentle with it. I could see he was having trouble with it, so I solve it for him. His face lit up when I solved it. My average is 6.7 seconds, so I'd be amazed too. He asked a few questions and I answered. I even showed him how to do a checkerboard pattern on it, and he was learning quickly. Now this is where the story turns C into Ek. My stop arrives, and I ask for my cube back. He declines after a few more times asking him. I go ask his mother, still on her phone. Me, excuse me, your son won't give me back my cube. M looks over M, and me, it's my stop now, and I need that back. M, oh please, it's a fucking toy, let him keep it. Me, no, it was $80 and we're not even talking about shipping. I need it back. M, forget it, hurry along now, before you miss your stop. It was time to take matters into my own hands. It was a race against the clock. I run over to Ek and take my cube. He instantly starts screaming and the doors begin to shut. I just make it through the door before they shut, before M grabs my tie from inside. She's holding it from outside. It was on my neck, and I had to make a decision, my neck or my tie. I untie my tie. I see it flailing in the wind and hitting the train, and then I had a lovely walk home to my amazing family. Thank you everyone for reading. Coworker thinks she knows better than the doctor because she has kids. I got into it with a coworker today. She asked how far I was, 19 weeks, and then said I can't lift my arms above my head. I told her my doctor told me that was a myth. She proceeded to yell at me saying that it is not. She put so much emphasis on not a myth and that I needed to listen to her because she has had 3 kids. I told her that unless she went to medical school to become a doctor, I didn't want to hear it because I didn't ask for her advice and I will be listening to my doctor who went to medical school, the nervous people. I don't know if she was actually entitled or not. She acted entitled to me. X steals food, I get revenge. So there was this kid at school who kept stealing people's food and acted all smug about it. I complained to the teachers and they give him detention, and Ek decides that it was my fault he got detention and started to steal my food. I told his parents, but they just said I was selfish. So for revenge I made empanadas and the filling and dip was hot sauce with some peppers mashed in it. The next day he steals them from me during lunch, has a shit-eating grin on his face and eats one. He looked smug for about 3 seconds before he started begging for any beverage. Everyone in the school knows that he steals food, so of course no one gave him any. TLDR, kid steals food, gets mouthful of hot sauce. M threatens to kick every kid out of Kings Island for literally nothing and says she'll throw her kids off a roller coaster. My first post on this sub. I hope you enjoy. Cast, me, M, and friend TL, doctor at the end. Backstory. So back in spring I was on a school trip to Kings Island. My group of friends had gone on a lot of the rides and were getting some pizza for dinner before we left the park. I'm in line to order and I hear a lady raising her voice, so I turn around and my friend is just standing there getting yelled at by this Karen. This Karen was a white lady with 3 kids and a large black bag that I'm assuming had the manager inside. I'm not entirely sure what my friend did, and neither are my other friends who were there, but from the looks of it, he did literally nothing. M, how dare you? Friend, what did I am? Listen, where are your parents? Are your parents here? I'd like to give them a call and see how they feel about your behavior. Friend. M, you don't seem to know the consequences of your actions. Your parents may put up with it but not me. Because if my kids were behaving like that, I'd throw them off the diamond back. Editor's note, for those of you who haven't been to Key, all you need to know is the diamond back is a tall roller coaster. So M basically threatened to throw her kids off the roller coaster. The thing is, her kids were right behind her when she said this, and each of them looked between the ages of 4 to 7 years old. They probably didn't need to hear her say that. Anyway, back to the story. My friend still hasn't said anything. By now everyone else in the restaurant is staring. M's kid says something I'm not sure. WHAT*M to kid, don't worry, your mommy is a police officer for the state of Ohio. M, back to friend, look *HOLDS up phone, 1 phone call and all the kids are out of here. All I need to do is make 1 phone call and all the kids get kicked out. Maybe now you will start thinking about your behavior more. Consider this a warning. And with that, M and her kids walk back out the door and end up sitting at a nearby table once we've ordered our food. Friend, *QUIETLY and clearly EMBAR, RASSED *, I'm getting out of here. He then gets out of line and walks out a side door. I didn't see him for the rest of the day. And that is the end of the story. Thanks for reading, and I hope you enjoyed. TL. Dr. M yells at my friend for doing nothing and threatens to throw her kids off a roller coaster. Proceeds to use status as a police officer to threaten to get every kid kicked out of Kings Island.